This will hands down be the most informative and straightforward dropshipping course that you have ever seen. My name is Nick. I've been dropshipping for 8.5 years and I've generated well over 8 figures in revenues since starting. And just last year, I decided to start making content publicly about everything that I've learned over the last 8.5 years of doing this. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into this course because there's a lot of good stuff that you're about to find out. Having the right mindset coming into dropshipping, especially as a beginner, is very important. So let me explain. This is a completely new business for you. Therefore, it's going to be very difficult. Expect to lose some money. Expect to feel overwhelmed. Expect to feel frustrated when things don't work out. That's just the way it goes, but you need to continue and you need to keep pushing. The only way that you're going to fail at dropshipping is if you quit and if you don't learn from your mistakes. Now, at the time of recording, I've been dropshipping for 8.5 years and I've taught thousands and thousands of students. And the one thing that I've noticed in my students that are the most successful is they are the ones that are very committed and they become obsessed with dropshipping. You need to treat this like a real business and almost come into this with no backup plan. Like if dropshipping doesn't work out, you're not going to go and try to do Amazon FBA or try to do copywriting or try to do short form content or any of these other quote unquote side hustles, which none of them are. The people that are the most successful in any of these industries are the people that really treat this like a real business, focus only on this one thing. And when dropshipping does not work out for you, and the reason I say it like that is because statistically you probably will lose in the beginning. When it does not work out for you in the beginning, you just need to continue pushing through and you need to learn from your mistakes and you need to fix the mistakes. This program and any other program that you take and any other info that you consume about dropshipping is not going to guarantee your success. But what will guarantee your success, and I promise you this, is your perseverance. You need to continue pushing through the lows because you will get to the highs. You just need to go through and continue moving forward. Just like I tell my coaching students, you need to get your reps in. I can tell you everything in the world. Matter of fact, I could be sitting right beside you, showing you exactly what to do, looking at your computer screen, and you're not going to fully grasp everything. You need to apply the information that's being taught inside this program and learn from your mistakes yourself. At some point, dropshipping will become a lot easier for you, especially once you build that intuition. And that intuitive feeling that I'm talking about cannot be taught. It's something that needs to be learned through trial and error. And that's exactly why I'm making this program right now, to show you everything that you need to know about dropshipping and to get you started the right way. So quick little recap. Number one, expect to lose money. It's going to happen. You just need to accept it. It's a part of the game. It's a part of learning, and it's a part of owning a business. You lose money. When you find success, you will make your money back tenfold. Number two, expect to feel very overwhelmed. There is a learning curve that you need to overcome. And then on top of that, you're also a jack of all trades at this point. You're learning how to do everything by yourself. Not only are you going to be running the ads, but you're also building the website, finding the products, writing the copy, making the creatives. Those are all things that you can outsource at some point. But in the beginning, you need to learn how to do each one of those things before you can go and efficiently outsource those things and hire those jobs out. There are zero shortcuts in this business. Expect to feel overwhelmed. Now, number three, expect to feel frustrated. It is completely normal. It's human nature. We hate losing. And for the last time, this is a completely new business for you. So statistically, you will lose in the beginning. And the truth is, no matter how successful you get in dropshipping, you will still continue to feel frustrated because there will always be a new fire to put out every single day, no matter what level you're at, whether you're at $1,000 a week, $1,000 a day, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month. The problems never end and you're going to continuously be fighting new battles. And that's just a part of the game. And the faster that you can come to terms with that, the faster you're also going to be able to circumvent your problems and also fast track your way to finding success in this industry. Now, before I end this video off, I do want to say just one thing. This program is 100% entirely free. Now, with that being said, I know that the majority of the people that take this program right now will not value it because people do not value what they do not pay for. And the last free program that I did proved that point to me. I had over 7,000 plus, I think it's closer to 8,000 at the time of recording, 8,000 plus people enrolled to that program. And over 90% of the people that enrolled into that program didn't even complete it. Matter of fact, most didn't even get halfway through it. And the people who did complete it had nothing but amazing things to say about it. And then at the same time, those people who applied the information from that program found success in this industry. And you can see it time after time, not only on my Instagram highlights, but also on my Discord inside the Success channel. This right here is the analytics of my last free program. And keep in mind, what I'm about to show you is only the progress of the last 1,000 people. As you can see right here, all these people did not complete any of the program, and I can see everything. I can see when they started it, how many times they logged in, when their last login date was. All these people just have not started this program. And I can keep going up and up and up and up. Now, the reason why I just showed you that is because I really want you to take this program serious. Now, I want you to imagine that you just paid me $5,000 for coaching. You would take it very serious. You should also take this very serious as well, because this program will teach you everything. And I promise you, if you do take this serious and complete it, you will walk away from this program with way more knowledge on dropshipping than you ever could have imagined. You don't need any other program. You do not need any other YouTube video or any other TikTok. Everything that you are looking for is in this program, so please take this serious. Let me explain exactly what dropshipping is so you know exactly what you're getting into. Dropshipping is essentially just a fulfillment model of an e-commerce business. So you are doing e-commerce, but the way that you're fulfilling your orders is through dropshipping. And that's all it is. Dropshipping is very similar to online arbitrage. And the only difference between online arbitrage and dropshipping is the fact that with dropshipping, you don't need to buy any inventory up front. So it's not as risky. And that's why it's so attractive to so many people, because there's very low startup costs involved. And quick little fun fact, dropshipping is actually been around since the early 60s with mail orders. It's been around for a while. This model is extremely popular. So now let me go ahead and show you exactly how this works. So here is your store right here. What you're going to do is you're going to find products on any Chinese marketplace or any third-party suppliers, which we'll talk about later, and you're going to import the products directly from the suppliers or the marketplaces over to your website. Now, what's going to happen is there's a customer right here and they're on their phone browsing on TikTok or Facebook, whatever it is. They come across your ad. When they see your ad, if they want to buy your product, they're going to click through on your ad and land on your website. Now, what happens when they get on the website is they need to decide if they want that product or not. Hopefully they decide to buy your product. Now, if they buy your product, you're going to place an order directly with the supplier using the customer's money that they just paid you with. And then that supplier then going to ship the order directly to the customer. Now, let me quickly recap. You're going to find products to sell on any Chinese marketplace or any third-party vendor websites. You're going to import those products directly to your website that you're going to build on Shopify. Now, what's going to happen from there is you're going to run ads, and then the customers are going to see your ads, and if they want to buy your product, click through on your ad and land on your website and hopefully buy your product. When they buy your product, you're going to get their money in about 1 to 2 business days. When you're first starting out, there is a 7-day payout delay, but then after that 7-day payout delay, then payments come in every 24 to 48 hours. You're then going to take the customer's money to place an order directly with that supplier for the product that they bought, and then the supplier or third-party vendor is then going to ship the product directly to the customer. But this entire cycle is exactly how dropshipping works, and it's very simple. Now, I understand that you have questions because there are things that we have to do here, such as build the store, find the suppliers, run good ads, and all that stuff, which we'll cover later, and it will make total perfect sense. But now there's one thing that I want you to focus on inside this circle. Number 1 is always going to be finding the right products. Number 2 is going to be making sure that you have a good looking website, but also on the website, you make an amazing offer. Okay, the offer is more important than the website. Now, number 3 is making sure that you have good creatives. And if you can do all of these things right here, finding a good product, making a good offer on a website, and then making a good ad, you will have no problem getting sales to your site. So that is exactly how dropshipping works, and these are the 3 main points that you need to focus on: product, offer, site, and ad. Let's take some time now to break down the entire sourcing and fulfillment process with dropshipping. I'm going to break this down in the simplest way possible, so let's jump into it. Let's start here with this middle box right here. These are the most common dropship suppliers and platforms that you've probably heard of because they're pushed a lot by a lot of gurus. So CJ Dropshipping, Zendrop, USA Drop, AutoDS. I know you've heard of at least one of these. Now, the most important thing to note about these companies is they all work. Okay, some are just more expensive than the others, but at the end of the day, these companies do not manufacture the products. They source the products directly from a factory. Now, in some cases on some of these websites, such as CJ Dropshipping, what they'll actually do is list some products that are very popular that they actually have in stock. So taking a quick look at CJ's website, right on their homepage, you see all these different products. These are all products that they bought in bulk because the majority of their users were trying to sell these products right here. Now, I would not advise trying to sell any of these front page products, and I'll explain that in another video. But anyways, CJ and these other companies, they bought these products in bulk because this is what their users were selling. They were able to get very nice volume discounts on these products because they were buying such large quantities. So they add their nice little markup. And then what they do is they stock these products in their warehouse, and then they allow you to integrate with their catalog and ship directly from them. And that's how that works. Now, all those other companies that I just mentioned, CJ Dropshipping, AutoDS, Zendrop, they all work and they will get the job done, absolutely. And you can connect them easily into your store and start selling right away. But there is a more efficient way to do it, and this is the way that I do it and all my students do it, because you're actually able to source just about anything that you find on any Chinese marketplace, and you're able to get it for actually a bit cheaper as well. So we're going to start right here on AliExpress looking for a product to sell. Now, the most important thing that you need to keep in mind when browsing on AliExpress is you're not going to be fulfilling anything through AliExpress. You're simply just using this as a catalog to see what is available available to sell. And the biggest thing to remember is the fact that AliExpress is simply just a marketplace. So these products that you see listed are not listed by the manufacturer. The people that are listing these products are simply just vendors. Let's take, for example, these cargo pants. You see up here on the top left, shop 11034, whatever. This is simply just a vendor. They just found these cargo pants on 1688 and then built a storefront for it on AliExpress and are now drop shipping the product to you. So really, these vendors are drop shippers just leveraging AliExpress's platform, similar to how vendors on Amazon do it, where people buy products in bulk from China and then they list them on Amazon and then they sell them to you. And you know that the person selling the product on Amazon is not actually the manufacturer. They're just sourcing it from a factory with a way cheaper price. And that's exactly how these vendors on AliExpress do it. And that's exactly why we're not going to use AliExpress to fulfill our orders. We're simply just using it as a catalog. Always remember that anytime you're looking on AliExpress or Taobao or DHgate or any of these different Chinese marketplaces, you're simply just using it as a catalog to see what you can sell. But now let's say, for example, we want to sell this pair of cargo pants. What we're going to do is send that product over to our agent, okay? And keep in mind, our agent is connected to our store via an app. Once we send that product over to our agent, they're going to get us a quote on what this product actually costs and what they can fulfill it for. Now let's say this pair of cargo pants that's listed at $12.47 on AliExpress can actually be sourced for around $8. What we're then going to do is put this on our website for a markup, let's say $24. And then what happens is a customer will come to our website, buy this product. The agent gets instantly notified of the order because they're connected to our store via an ERP, which they automatically get notified when you get an order. The agent will then send us an invoice that we pay. Once we pay that invoice to the agent is then going to source that product directly from the factory or 1688. The factory is then going to send that product back to the agent, and this takes about 2 to 3 business days. They're going to send the product directly back to the agent. The agent is then going to verify that the address is correct, that the product is of good quality, and so on. And then once that is complete, then the agent is going to ship the product directly to your customer. So now this allows us to source any product that we find in any Chinese marketplace without being limited to a specific catalog on a CJ dropshipping or a Zendrop or other platforms like that. This is the preferred method to dropship, and this is actually how a lot of advanced dropshippers will actually go about doing it. So now, quick little recap. We're going to start on AliExpress looking for a product. AliExpress is simply just our catalog to see what we can source and sell. When we find a product on AliExpress, we're going to send that product link over to our agent. Our agent is then going to give us a quote on that product. Then we know how to price our product. Once we put that product on our website, we're going to run ads and get sales. Once we get sales on our website, your agent will automatically get notified of that order, and then they're going to start the fulfillment process. So they're going to send you an invoice, and keep in mind, you're not going to get an invoice for every order. It's probably going to be bulked up, and you can bulk it up 2-3 days, maybe a week at the latest, and then you pay that invoice. Then that agent is then going to source that product directly from the factory. The factory is then going to ship it to the agent, which takes about 2 to 3 business days. The agent's going to verify everything is correct and the product is of good quality. Once the agent's able to verify that, the agent is then going to ship the product directly to your customer, and then you keep the spread. It's very simple. Now, the key takeaway here is just to remember this. The factory is up here, number one, and there are hundreds of different factories for multiple different products, okay? It's not just one centralized factory. There's thousands of factories, actually. Whether or not you want to use a popular supplier such as Zendrop or CJ Dropshipping or AutoDS or USA Drop, or if you want to simply use AliExpress as a catalog or DHgate or Taobao or Weeden as a catalog and then use an agent to source, the process is still the same. They're both sourcing directly from the factories. And that's the biggest thing to keep in mind. Any of the products that you see listed on CJ or Zendrop or the products that you see listed on AliExpress, it's literally the same exact product because it's all sourced from the same place. These platforms work the exact same way and they're sourcing from the same places. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one you should use or which one you shouldn't use because that is completely up to you. You know, most people, they're going to push Zendrop, CJ Dropshipping, AutoDS in your face. Go test that out. Figure out if you want to use that or not. I personally recommend this method right here because this method is the most efficient and this is what I found to be the easiest, the best for my cash flow, and also the cheapest. So again, do as you will, but this is exactly how the fulfillment process and the sourcing process works with a dropshipping business. Now that we got the basics out of the way, we're going to start right here with this video. This is step one, and this is hands down the most important part of dropshipping. You need to find the right product. You need to find products that people actually want, that people are going to actually buy. You need to find products that you can scale from $10 to $20 to $50 to $100,000 plus a month. Now, before I show you exactly how I like to find products, let me just add a quick little disclaimer. So many people always ask me, Nick, how long should it take for me to find a winning product? And I don't have an answer for that. That depends completely on you and your ability to rapid test products. You need to always be testing products. It might take you a day. It might take you a week. It might take you a month. It could take you a year. here, you need to constantly be testing, and the more you test, the faster you will find a product. The faster you find a product, the faster you will find success. My number one best way to find winning products is literally just to go to TikTok. I like to make a burner TikTok account, and then I like to follow a bunch of influencers, from A-list celebrities all the way down to little micro influencers with 20,000 followers. Now, if you look over here on the left, you can see I'm following just a bunch of random influencers. I really just like to pay attention to what these girls are wearing, what they're buying, what's around their house, what they take with them when they go out, their vlogs. And then I like to just really pick up on the trends. And that's how I find winning products, because then I'll see it on one girl's stuff, scroll down my timeline, scroll down my For You page, and then I see another girl with the same thing, and I'm like, hey, that's probably a trend. Then I see it 3 more times throughout my scroll session, and then boom, validates the fact that that's probably a winning product. Because then I also notice that in the comments, people are like, yo, where can I get those pants? Where can I get that bag? Where can I get that belt? Where can I get that gadget? And that right there is enough proof of concept for me to then go and find that product on AliExpress, send that link to my agent, and then get a quote and test it. But let's actually head over here to the left and just click on one of these influencers. So right off the bat, you can see that this is an Amazon fashion girl. All she does is post hauls, promo deals. She gets paid through affiliate. So she's going to post products that would appeal to the masses. That's a good sign for you. So now click on her bio. She's going to have an Amazon storefront and an LTK and probably a Poshmark and a Depop. And let's just look at her Amazon storefront. Now inside of her Amazon storefront, you can see she has it all organized by collections, top sellers, promo code deals, winter 2023. Now this is all really good for you, because if we click on top sellers, you can see the best selling stuff, bodysuits, sweaters. This is all stuff that you would ideally want to sell. Now the reason for that is because if you go to her TikTok, she probably has made a video about this product, and it probably has a good amount of views. And the best part about that is there's probably also people in the comments talking about how much they like that dress, or where can they find it, or what's the price. So that right there validates that people actually want it. She literally did all the hard work for you by finding what's popular. And now there are thousands and thousands of influencers just like this that post Amazon affiliate stuff. So now the key takeaway from this is you really want to try to find influencers that push Amazon affiliate stuff. You want to try to find some of their videos where they're showing off a haul or a specific item, and then you want to look at the comments and make sure people in the comments are asking about the product, so it shows that people are actually interested. Then you want to go to their link in bio, and you want to go to their Amazon storefront or their LTK, and you want to look at what they're pushing inside their storefront, and then you want to send the link over to the supplier, or try to go find it on AliExpress or 1688, and then send that link over to your agent. Then your agent's going to get you a quote. Once you get that quote, you put it on your website, and then you start testing it. And that's the best way to find products, and that's exactly how I do it. And again, that is hands down one of the best ways to find untapped winning products. That's the exact way that I do it, and it's the exact way that my students do it as well. Now you might be thinking some of those products that I just saw looked kind of saturated. Well, one thing you got to keep in mind when it comes to saturation in dropshipping is products that a lot of other dropshippers are pushing, because one thing that a lot of dropshippers do is they sell the same products, the same exact product, the same exact way, on the same exact platform, with the same exact website structure, with the same exact ad creative. They all just copy each other, and that's when products become saturated. But these products are completely untapped. Nobody else is really pushing these types of products. Everybody else is going to find products the next way I'm going to show you, which is also still a viable way of doing it, and I still like to look on here as well. But the majority of winning products that I find are found from the way that I just showed you. So this tool right here is called PPAds, ppads.com. It's a paid spy tool, but it's hands down one of the best spy tools that you can get, finding ads and finding products. So go to PPAds, go to TikTok ad search, and then let's filter it. And we're going to be filtering it down so we can actually find products that are not super tapped out. So first, under category, select e-com. Then under basic, for country and region, select the United States, select Germany, select France, select Canada, select the United Kingdom, select Japan, select Belgium, select Germany, and even select Italy. Now for CTA button, click shop now. E-com platform, choose Shopify. And then for ad type, landing page, leave that blank. For ad impressions, I like to put this up anywhere between 10 to 30, 40,000. So let's just put it at 30,000. And then let's go to likes and put this up around maybe like 5. Likes really don't matter at the end of the day. Popularity, you don't really need to do anything here. If you wanted to, you could put this up at 5, but I don't. Then for period, this is what's really important. So the first time this ad was seen, so ideally we want to find the newest winning products. So we want to find products that were popping off in the last like 15, 7, 24 hours. So let's just choose last 7 days. And then the last time that this ad was seen, meaning the last time that this ad was actually seen on the timeline. So it means that this ad is active. So it means the competitor is still running. So let's just put it at the last 24 hours. And these are the filters that we want to select. And keep in mind, you can tweak these days out. So instead of the last 24 hours, you can maybe have the last 7 days. So let's actually do that because we're going to have a wider range of products that we can find. So now what we're going to do is scroll down, and keep in mind, you're going to see all the ads that are running on TikTok. So these are not just dropshipping ads. You're going to see some big brands in here. You might see some info products in here, but we're looking for dropship products. Now, the number one way to find dropshipping ads and products is just to look at every single video. Sometimes you might look at a thumbnail and not think that it's a dropshipping brand when it actually is. Now, I know up here in categories you can select dropship, but the problem with that is when you do that, you're going to get a lot of gimmicky products. So let's scroll down and let me show you an example. Like this right here. The metrics look amazing. This is what you want to keep an eye out for. The number of impressions compared to the number of days. 47,000 impressions in the last 24 hours, one day. That means that they're spending a lot of money on this ad in a short period of time, which is typically a good sign, but that doesn't always mean that the product is winning. So this product right here, you've probably seen it. If you've been interested in dropshipping for a while and have been looking on TikTok, you've definitely seen this product. This is something that I would stay away from because, again, it goes back to what I said earlier, how dropshippers all sell the same product the same type of way with the same creatives on the same website. So I would definitely stay away from this product and any other product that's like this, that's gimmicky, that I've seen before on TikTok organic, or that I've just seen somewhere like this, product search, which shows us all the most popular products because they're super tapped out. Now, keep in mind, what we're trying to do here is look for products that are not super popular, but they're emerging. So again, we are looking for a good number of impressions and a short runtime, but you also got to just keep in mind that products like this that you've seen before are probably not good. And also, if you've seen the product multiple times on multiple different pages, that's also a sign to stay away from it. Here's another example of a really gimmicky product. Everybody has seen this product. A lot of people have tried this organic. This has been a product that's been running for the last couple years, and it has good metrics like 34.6K impressions one day. That's not bad. But the problem is everybody has seen this. Nobody's going to buy this. But let's keep looking and actually try to find a good product that is emerging that we would stand a chance with selling. So let's look right here. Now, what captures my attention about this specific ad is not only the impressions, 54.5 on 4 days, but also the sale point. So a lot of dropshippers will typically run higher sales. So you'll see dropshipping brands do 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% off sometimes. And that's really common in the dropship world. So that makes me think that this is a dropshipping ad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on shop now, and we're going to go look at their thing. And we can see right here, just right off the bat, $19.99. Let's just click on it real quick to see the site. I can guarantee it looks like shit. And yeah, this looks like complete shit. This is a horrible site. If I were to sell this product, I would literally just improve the site, create a way better offer, and it wouldn't be hard. It would not be hard to sell this at all. This is a horrible website. But anyways, let's get off this. And then I want to go and look at the other ads that they're running, because not only do I see this right here, but I also see it right here as well, and that's a lot of impressions. So let's take a look at their advertiser details. So ads from same advertiser, and we're going to see all their ads that they're running. So this is a general store, and you can see right here 1.5, 1.3. So these must be new ads. They just started today. Today is the 4th. 11K. They're definitely spending a lot of money on this ad. This product is probably performing for them. So it just goes to show that you don't always need the best site. You just need a really good product. And their price point's also really low, $19.99. So good product, good offer. Kind of proves the point. But yeah, you can see that they have a 71.1K 3 days, 8.7 to 39. Yeah, they're spending a bunch of money on this product, so they wouldn't be spending money on this if it wasn't working. So this could potentially be a winning product. This would be something that I would probably test. I would just obviously improve my site and make it look a lot better and create a better offer. But yeah, this is definitely interesting to me. But anyways, let's keep it moving and see what else we can find. Now let me also add that product research isn't fun. I don't enjoy death scrolling, because that's essentially what you're doing until you find products that you think could do well based off certain indicators. So on here, on PP ads, impressions, number of days. Okay, on organic sources like TikTok, you're looking for comments, people asking about the product. You're looking for similar patterns. Have you seen multiple influencers wearing that product on your scrolling journey? But anyways, let's keep looking at PP ads till we find some other interesting stuff. 1,000 impressions, 2 days. This is definitely a dropship store, and I can tell because I'm familiar with this product. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is buy one, get one free plus free shipping. That's a very attractive offer. Dropshippers often run very attractive offers like this. And then also, I just know this product because I sold this product 2 years ago. The Cloud Knit Set. This was a very popular product, and I was one of the first people to sell this. I found it on Amazon. I found it through influencers. I brought it to TikTok. Other people saw my ads on PP ads, and then they ripped them, and then other people started to copy, and that's how this got so popular. But anyways, what they did was they took it to Germany, because that is another tactic that people do, is you can take products that are doing extremely well in the States and move them over to European countries that have a decent GDP. So yeah, this video is already getting pretty long. So when you're looking for products on PP ads, you really just want to be looking at products based off the number of impressions and the number of days running. If it has a decent amount of impressions and a low number of days, that typically typically means they're spending a lot of money. If they're spending a lot of money, you can assume that the ad is converting, therefore they're getting a lot of sales. So it's a good product to hop on. Now, one last thing I will say to help improve the chances of success when stealing competitors' products is basically you want to see what you can improve. Can you improve the video creative? Can you improve the site? Can you improve the offer? Can you lower the price? What can you do to compete with this person that already has some leverage on you? If you can compete with them, you're probably in the clear. If you can't, then it's probably not a good sign. And if you can't, you probably shouldn't sell that product. Key takeaway here, you're going to be looking for popular products, whether it's organically through TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, or paid spy tools. What you're looking for are products that are popular to the masses, but they're not popular in the dropship world. Dropshippers are not promoting them because, again, you want to stay away from super competitive products because all dropshippers, again, they sell the same products the same way with the same creatives, with the same website, with the same offer on the same platform, which makes it very difficult for a beginner like yourself to actually catch up and get some leverage on them. So with that being said, apply what was taught in this video and happy hunting. Now I'm going to show you how to set up your Shopify account. You're going to get Shopify for free for 3 days, followed by $1 for your first month. Link down in the description. This is pretty straightforward, so let's just get it done with. First things first, we need to create our Shopify account. In the description, you're going to see a link to get Shopify for free for 3 days, followed by $1 for your first month. Click that and you're going to end up on this page right here. Once you're here, go ahead and enter your email, then click start free trial. Now, once you're on this page, honestly, just click skip all. Then choose where your business is located. I'm located in the United States, so that's what I'm going to choose. So click next. And then what you want to do is enter your email and then choose your password. I already have an account under this email, so I'm just going to log in, but if you don't, you're going to create an account here. And now our store is being created. So if you did that correctly, you should end up here, which is the homepage of your Shopify dashboard. Now, the most important thing that you need to do once you get here is just go into settings and then go to plan and then add your payment method and then choose the basic plan. The basic plan, again, is free for 3 days, followed by $1 for your first month, and then it's only $39 a month. All right. Then what you want to do is move down here to payments and then come over here and complete your account setup for Shopify payments. Shopify payments is what's going to allow you to accept customers' credit cards, and that's also where you're going to get paid from. So you want to click complete account setup, and then here you want to submit all your details. Now there's 2 ways to go about doing this. Number one, for most people that do not have a registered business, you're going to be setting up your Shopify payments account using your own info. So this is going to be considered a sole proprietorship business. So you're going to plug in all the information that Shopify asks there, and you are the business. So me, Nick Dahlberg, is the business entity, but I'm doing business as whatever I decide to name my store. So, and the legal process for that is called a DBA. So Nick Dahlberg doing business as my store. Do some more research on that. But basically, if you don't have a business, you're going to be running as a sole proprietor, so enter your personal information in. Now, on the other hand, if you do have a registered business, an LLC or an LTD or whatever it's called, wherever you're from, you're just going to plug in your business information here instead of your personal information. Now, after you get all your payment information set up, then you're basically good to go. You can accept customer credit cards on your store. Now, underneath that, you're going to see PayPal, which is automatically going to be set up by default, so you might as well just go in here and then click complete setup, then complete the setup with your PayPal account, and then you're good to go. I'm not going to run you through what every single little thing in settings does because I have another free course where I cover all that as well, linked in the description. I want to make sure this course is as straightforward as possible so you can get results like that. So now we have our Shopify account set up. Now we need to connect our supplier to our store. This is often sometimes referred to as our private agent or our forwarder or whatever. The one that I'm going to recommend to you works with literally anyone, even if you're just getting started with no sales. They're super good, super fire. So let's jump into the computer and set that up. So this is Unified Dropshipping. Go ahead and click start now. And then you're going to just be required to fill out your information. So select a username, email, password, your phone number. What's really important here is your contact information. So WhatsApp, Skype, WeChat, Facebook. I recommend WhatsApp or Skype. Go ahead and drop your number there because that is going to be your main form of communication with the agent. Then go ahead and click sign up. I already have an account, so I'm going to move over here. Once you're inside the account, all you want to do is just connect your store. Okay, so come over here to stores and then click store list and then click connect Shopify and then come over here to your Shopify account, go to apps, search Unified Dropshipping right here, click install, then click install again, and then we're good to go. Our store is now connected. Now that our store is connected to Shopify, Unify has access to all of our orders and can see everything that we do. Now what's really important is that you take this code right here, 4865 is mine. I'm going to copy this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a chat in WhatsApp, or I'm going to open up a chat inside of Skype. I definitely recommend WhatsApp for this. And then you're basically just going to open up a chat with Karen here, tell her like, hey, I just signed up for Unify. Here's my my code and I would like a quote on these products once you have products. And then she's going to create a group chat with her team, and that group chat is going to be your main point of contact with the agent. So everything is going to go down in there. You have questions, you reach out to them in there. You want quotes, you send them links to products from there. And it's so easy. You can literally send them links directly from Amazon, from AliExpress, 1688, anywhere. You can even sometimes send them a competitor store and be like, hey, could you find this product and give me a price on it? And they're going to be able to do that for you. Now, I do want to just say, keep in mind the time zone difference. So they're located in China. So if they don't respond right away, that's probably why, but don't hesitate also to reach out to them 2, 3, 4, 5 times if you have to. Now, when you start getting orders, they are going to send you over an invoice. This invoice can be paid via Wise, PayPal, Bankwire. However, they have really flexible payment options. All the quotes they're going to get you are going to be inside of a Google Sheet. It's very, very, very organized. It's something that you will see how easy it is once you start working with them. So, and the reason I'm recommending you use Unify is because they're located in China. You can literally source anything that you find in any Chinese marketplace just about 98% of the time. You have so much more flexibility using them, and you get cheaper prices compared to other sources. But anyways, I'm not going to keep yapping about them. They're fire. I recommend you use them. They're completely free to use, get set up, talk to them, all that stuff. And they only charge you when you get orders. They tack on a little tiny service fee on top of your cost of goods, which in most cases you probably won't notice. Anyways, I'm done yapping. Shout out Karen from Unify. They are all super fire, an amazing team. They also help out a lot servicing my students inside of my coaching program, and they get the job done excellently. Go try them out. Now I'm going to go over the apps that I think are absolutely essential that you need to have on your store. And I'm covering this first before I show you the whole build out of a store, just because this is really important. This is how we're also going to structure in our offer. So let's just start here. When just getting started, you only need to use these 5 apps. Yes, there's a ton of different apps. There's apps that will make your store look pretty and all this other crap. You don't need that. In the beginning, you just need to focus on these 5 apps because these apps will make your life easier, and they'll also help increase your average order value, which will make it so you can spend more, which means you can make more. So the first app that I recommend is Upcart. This is a slide cart, and this is going to become very crucial later, and we'll set this up later together. So go add Upcart. Now go add Zipify one-click upsell. This is a pre and post-purchase upsell app that allows you to one-click upsell people after they actually check out, which is very useful. This app is super powerful. You need this too. So go add this as well. The next app you need is Kaching Bundles. This right here allows you to add bundles on your product page. Super, super useful. Again, this increases your average order value. The next app you need is Luke's. This app I've been using for years. It allows you to import reviews directly from AliExpress. Super, super crucial. And they're very easy to use, so go add them. And then the last app is the Kopy app. Kopy is super fire. This allows you to one-click import products directly from AliExpress, your competitors, Amazon, and so on. So you only need these 5 apps. Again, I'm going to cover it one more time. Upcart. This helps increase your AOV, and it's a slide cart. Number 2, one-click upsell by Zipify OCU. This right here is a pre and post-purchase upsell app that also helps increase your AOV on the back end. The third app, Kaching Bundles. This is a bundler app that sits on your product page that helps increase your average order value on the front. These 3 apps right here can maybe double, triple your revenue if you know what you're doing with them. Now you need Luke's. This is a review app that allows you to import reviews from AliExpress. Super crucial. And then the last app is Kopy. This allows you to one-click import products from, again, your competitors, AliExpress, Amazon, wherever. I'll have it linked down in the description. Now, real quick before we move over to the actual store build out, let me show you how to install the Kopy app, because it's not on Shopify App Store. You actually have to create a development app, which is kind of confusing. So let's get into it. So after we created our Kopy app account, first thing we want to do is come right here and click on this. This is going to be different for you. This might say something else, but mine says product application. So I'm going to click on this. And then what I'm going to do is go over to apps, and then I'm going to click apps and sales channels. And then I'm going to come up here and click development apps. And then I'm going to click allow custom app development again. And then I'm going to click create app, and I'm going to paste that, and then click create app. And then now what we're going to do is come back to Kopy, scroll down, and we're going to now configure the admin API scope. So read products, write products, and read whatever that says. So let's go. So click configure admin API scopes, and then search read products, read underscore products right here, read and write products. There we go. And then the other one, which was this, read. Okay, so let's select that, and we're good to go. So we can click save. Now we need to go back to Kopy, and what we need to do now is install this app. So let's do that. So click install app after we have that selected. Now what we want to do is click reveal access token, which is actually the next step that Kopy's going to tell us to do. I've just done this a gazillion times. So we're going to paste our access token that we copied right here. Again, our access token is this thing right here. Once you reveal it, you can only reveal it once, so don't mess this up. So copy that, paste that over here, and now we're just gonna grab our .myshopify URL. Now if you look over here in the URL bar, you'll see your My Shopify URL. It'll typically be numbers and letters like 6BGEF2. Mine is actually LOL, you know the vibe. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and then what I'm gonna do is come back over here to Kopy app, and I'm gonna paste this in here. Then I'm gonna click link store, and we're all set up. It's probably gonna take you a little bit longer to do this. I just do this a lot, so now the Kopy app is installed on our store successfully. You might also want to bookmark this too, so you always have access to this as well, because you can't really get there from Shopify. Now I'm going to show you how I build out my Shopify stores. I'm not going to run you through the entire process because there's tons of videos that you can watch on that, but I'm going to show you the exact structure and template and layout that you need on your store to actually convert. So let's jump into it. Real quick, I'm also going to show you how to use the apps that we previously discussed in this as well. So now let's get into it. So the theme that I like to use in all my stores is the Sense theme. It is completely free. I just already have customized it. So let's actually jump into that so I can show you the structure real quick. So starting with the homepage, I don't really do anything here because you're never going to send traffic to this. So basically all you need to do here is maybe just have an image with text for your featured product, and then just a collection. So trending this week, this would be other filler products that you would want to use on the store. Now the type of stores that I like to do personally are general niche stores. Think Forever 21, H&M, TJ Maxx. These stores sell literally everything, but they also have that sort of branded feel to them as well. That's the homepage. Now let's take a look at the actual product page. So click this, then go to products, and then go to default product. And this is the default product page template, but I always set up two. So I always set up what I call a frontline product page template. The frontline product page template is what you're actually going to send traffic to. So let's click on this, and you can see that this is actually hyper optimized. And this is the main focus of this entire build out right here, is this frontline product page template. Now to create something like this, you just click on homepage, then you click products, and then you're not going to have that. You're going to have default. And then what you would do is click create template, and then you're going to create the template by adding different sections in here. But let's actually head back over to the frontline product page template so I can show you section by section. Now, I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube showing how to build out a store. I think the easiest way to really explain it is, one, you need to go in here and mess around with the colors and typography and all that stuff to get a feel for everything. And then from there, when it comes to the actual sections, go section by section. Look at every single one of these blocks as a section, because that's what it is. So now starting with the very top, this is what I call the fold. So when you land on the website, this is the first thing that you're going to see. And if you're on mobile, this is what it looks like as well. So basically in here, what I like to do is I like to put a text. This is a customer call out. This is addressing the problem or highlighting the product. Underneath that, the price, and I like to have the variant, so the size, color, etc. A quantity selector. Sometimes I have this, sometimes I don't. I'm going to actually remove this because we don't need this right now, because we're going to be doing a clothing product. And then we have our add to cart button or our buy button, which you can see right here. And then we have an icon with text. This is a USP, unique sale proposition, what makes our brand unique. So we have free shipping, over 25, 30-day guarantee, and a simple return policy. Now let's close that out and move down. This is a rich text box that I just threw a customer standout testimonial in here. Then we move down further. We have multi-columns. These are UVPs. We're also going to add icons or emojis in here. These are just unique value propositions of our product. So, and I did that in a multi-column, and see, you can select each one and you can see like, okay, here's one UVP. We would add our image, add our UVP here, and so on. Then we move down further. We have another multi-row. This is just highlighting the specific UVPs in a GIF format so the customer can really see what everything looks at from a POV, point of view perspective. So we're just going to highlight some of our top UVPs from here in here. So that's what we did. And as you see, if we click into this, you can see where we can add the photo, video, GIF. We can add the UVP right here and so on. Let's move down even further. Then underneath this, we have another multi-column. See right here, we have the multi-column right here. And this multi-column is just a feature testimonial. Sometimes you might not be able to find reviews for your products on AliExpress. And the truth is that's completely fine. But just make sure you're adding some type of testimonial right here. And then underneath that, we have another multi-column. And this again is just our USPs, which we will add icons for. So again, free shipping over 25. It says 15 here, but 25 is probably going to be our offer. 30-day return, simple return policy. And then we have our footer down here, and this is where our policies go and maybe our logo. But that is the entire setup structure of our product page. Now we are going to add other apps, so it will look slightly different, but this is all you really need to focus on. But my best advice when it comes to building a store is you really just need to play around in here. That's the best way to learn, is just by moving the sliders, changing the colors, adding things, removing things. It takes time to learn how to do this. I've been doing this for 8 years, so yeah, you'll get there. So just play around here, but this is the structure you want to have. Now that you understand the structure, let's actually go and import a product using the Kopy app, and then let's build out an actual offer for this product using the apps that we previously discussed. So the product that I'm going to be selling is this product right here, which are cargo sweatpants, and these are very, very popular. If you just search cargo sweatpants on TikTok, you will see a ton of them, especially being pushed by influencers. This was a link that I found in a TikTok influencer's Amazon storefront that they made tons of videos for, and there were other videos for this product. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this link right here and we're going to copy it, and then we're going to head over to the Kopy app and click import a single product, and we're going to go ahead and paste this right here, then click import product. What this is going to do is pull this product from Amazon into our Shopify store after we make edits to it inside Kopy. So let's do that real quick whenever it wants to load. So the product is now imported. Now all we need to do is edit it, or we don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to name this Essential Mega Cargo Sweatpant, and then I'm just going to take this product title and paste this here as the slug. I'm going to remove the vendor. I'm going to make sure I click publish to online store, and then I'm going to set the price for this product. Now what's really important is you want to make sure that you send this link right here to your agent inside of your WhatsApp or Skype group chat. So reach out to Unify, send them this link, and they'll tell you how much you can source this product for. Now I know from personal experience with clothing, I could probably source this product for around 12 to 14 bucks. So I'm going to go back to the Kopy app and I'm going to price this product at $29.99. And what I'm going to also do is make the compare at price, which is the actual retail price, $60. Okay, so you see what we did right here. What we have is product price $29.99, compare at price $60. So basically 50% off, strike through 60, on sale for 30 bucks. So that's how that works. If we had a collection to add this to, we would do that here. We would click select collection and then add it to the collection. So I just added to the homepage collection. And now what we're gonna do is write out a product description for this. So the way that I like to do my product descriptions are very simple. 3 to 4 emoji bullet UVPs. So what are some UVPs for this product? So first, what I'm going to do is use the stars, and I'm going to do everyday essential, and then I'm going to do the plant emoji, and I'm going to say premium cotton blend, and then I'm going to do another one with the cloud emoji, and I'm going to say cloud like comfort all day. And then there we go. We have 3 bullet point UVPs. And now there's one last thing that we actually want to do here. If we scroll all the way down, we see that we have a ton of different variants because there's a ton of different colors. So I think this is way too many colors. I think most people don't buy half of these colors. So what we're going to do is actually go back to Amazon and just look at the reviews and see like which colors people are buying the most, so we can get an idea of like what the best selling colors are, so we can import those ones. Off quick glance, I see the gray, the white, the beige, the brown, the tan, the black. So let's just add those ones. If you're struggling to find reviews for your product to like figure out which are the best sellers, just go on TikTok and search the product and which colors or styles or variants are you seeing the most on TikTok, and that would be a good idea. You don't need to have all these crazy different colors. So let's go back to Kopy and actually click import product, because we're going to push this all through and then we're going to edit the variants inside of Shopify. So click import product, and you're going to see that inside Shopify this product will be pushed over. So let's go over there and wait, because this is pretty cool. So if we go to products right here, you will see our product pop up right here. So there is our Essential Mega Cargo Sweatpant. And then now you can see we just have a ton of photos because we have a ton of different variants. So let's remove everything except for the ones that we want. So now you can see we just have a ton of different photos for variants that we removed, i.e. colors that we removed. So let's just go and remove the colors that we don't have anymore. So we just have to manually select this. This is very tedious. So I will catch you back here in a second. All right, so now we have the photos for the products that we want. So all we're gonna do in here now is rearrange some of these variants. So it says size underscore name, color underscore name. That looks like crap. So we're going to make that say size. And then we're going to click done, and then we're going to select this, make this say color, and then we're going to rearrange this so it's in order. So small, medium, large, extra small. There we go. Click done, then save this. And I recommend saving after you do everything. You don't want to do some work and then have it disappear. Now come here to group by, click color. I realized that I accidentally messed this up, so let me fix this real quick and put the color up your size down here. So that's fixed. Now what we're going to do is click group by, and you can see that we have our colors selected here. So now what we're going to do is click on this photo right here, and we're going to choose the corresponding color. So there we go. And then black, we're just going to match this with the black one. And then we're going to match the coffee one with the brown one right here. And then we're going to match the gray one with the gray ones right here. And then we're going to match the white ones with the white ones, which are right here. And I do believe we have a variant left over, so let me save this real quick and let me remove this. Actually, you know what? I think this is this color, so let me actually reselect this, and so save, and then I'm going to remove this color right here. So let's do that. Okay, so now we're basically good to go. Let's just move this size chart all the way down to the bottom. And now the last thing that we need to do in here is we just need to make sure that this is not all spaced out. So just highlight it, then click paragraph, and it should bunch up like this. And then the last thing we want to do is under theme template, we want to make sure that we're assigning our product to our frontline product page template. So remember, the default product page template is that basic template that everybody has, and the frontline product page template is the template that we're going to use to drive traffic to. So this is our optimized product page. So in order to make sure that we have products show up on that product page template, we need to assign them. And this is where you do this. Inside products, theme template over here on the right, select the corresponding product page template, then click save. Now, we're going to preview this real quick, and you're going to see that this is on our frontline product page template. So this looks pretty good. Now, the only thing we need to do in here is obviously change up some of the copy, add our own icons, GIFs, and stuff like this. So let's optimize section by section. So let's first start with the fold. So I'm going to go over here, back to online store, and I'm gonna go into customize, and then I'm gonna come up here to homepage, click products and our frontline product page template, and then basically we're gonna write our own call out text right here, and then we're gonna start moving down, going section by section. So now we need to go and structure in a review. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bold the product name. So I'm also gonna capitalize the beginning of every letter in there too, so it stands out. And you don't have to do that. I just think and now this is not, and the reason I do that is just because I really pay attention to the tiny little details. I think they really matter at the end of the day, but it's up to you if you want to do that or not. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to highlight, and then what I'm going to do is also bold some other things that really stand out. So like unparalleled comfort. And then I'm going to also make that italic as well. And then I'm going to click save. And then keep moving down. So now we need to come up with UVPs for this product, which we already have 3 right off the bat. So we have everyday essential, and we actually don't even need 4. We can just go with 3. So let's remove one of these, and then let's structure in everyday essential, premium cotton blend, and then lastly cloud-like all-day comfort. Now for the actual images that we're gonna add up here to go inside of this box, we're just gonna grab emojis. So all I did was go to Google and type in plant star cloud emoji PNG background. Now all I'm gonna do is upload this in here, because I did upload one in here, but you see the background is white and it looked like crap. So let me just go and add the new ones in here. So here they are. So there we go. Let's click save. Now if you don't like using emojis, you can also use the nounproject.com. Just create an account here. Everything's free, and you can find a bunch of different icons, and you can change the color of them inside Canva. I think it looks sick, but for time's sake, I'm not doing that. But let's go back to our store. Now what we need to do is structure out our UVPs for this. So let's actually go to ChatGPT so we don't have to think. So write me a UVP headline. Write me a short UVP headline for everyday essential for my cargo sweatpants. There we go. We're gonna take this right here, effortless style and functionality, and we're gonna paste this right here, and then we're gonna remove the caption above it because we don't need that. And then we're gonna tell us to write me a short 1-sentence UVP for. So I'm telling it to write me a short 1-sentence UVP for how my mega cargo sweatpants are an everyday essential. I'm just gonna take this, copy this right here, and then I'm gonna come back here and paste this in like this. And now we're gonna move down and do the next one. So our next UVP is premium cotton blend. And then I'm gonna remove the caption, and then write me another one for premium cotton blend and high quality materials. There we go. Now I'm gonna paste this in here, remove the quotes, and then the last thing we need to do is just throw in our last one, cloud like all day comfort. I'm gonna write seriously so comfortable. Remove this, and one last one for how comfortable they are. There we go. Copy that, paste that here. And then now what we need to do is we need to find GIFs, GIFs, however you want to pronounce it, for this, or photos. This will be easy because there's a lot of content on TikTok for these sweatpants. So let's move down though. And what we need to do is we need to plug in some reviews right here. So I'm going to make this say love letters, like reviews. And let me just find the emoji to match that. Perfect. And now I'm gonna go grab some testimonials for right here, and I will be back. All right, so we got the reviews, and now all we need to do is add icons for free shipping, 30-day returns, and simple return policy. So let's actually head over to the Noun project, and I'm gonna search shipping truck, because our first UVP is free shipping, so let's use this right here. So get icon, basic download, continue, download PNG. And then I'm going to search calendar, because I think my next UVP is, 30-day return. So let's grab a calendar for this. Actually, let's throw the word return in there, return calendar. All right, let's use this. Basic download, continue, download PNG. And then returns, because the last one is simple returns, I believe. Use this right here. And now what we're gonna do is take these downloads inside of Canva and change the colors and make it this purple color so it matches with the brand aesthetic. So let's plug those icons in now. So we're down here in this multi-column. All we're gonna do is select image, click add image, and then we're gonna add our truck in here. Click done, move to the next, add our calendar, and for a simple return policy. Okay, there we go. This landing page is almost complete. The last thing we need to do again is just get the GIFs. So I am going to find some videos and then turn them into GIFs and drop them in here. And I'm gonna make sure that these GIFs match whatever the UVPs are. So what I'm gonna do is go over to TikTok, search cargo sweatpants, and you're probably able to see now why I decided to choose this product, because they are so popular. What I'm gonna do is find a good video, turn it into a GIF using this tool called easygif.com, and I'm gonna do 3 of them that match our UVPs right here, and then I'm gonna upload the GIFs that I created right here. And then our landing page is completely done. So I will see you back here in a second. So I found the videos that I wanted to use for GIFs or GIFs. I cropped them on my phone so they're a square so they don't look all crazy over here. So now I'm gonna take these over to Easy GIF, GIF, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna go to video to GIF, and then what I'm gonna do is click choose file. Then I'm gonna upload my videos right here. And click upload video. And then I'm gonna click to GIF. And then I'm gonna click convert. And then in about 2 seconds, this should be done. So here we go, we have a GIF. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. And now I'm gonna do another one, video to GIF again, choose file. I'm gonna choose my second video right here. Upload, same process. So again, to do this, I literally just went on TikTok, found videos of my product, and then I cropped them into a square on my iPhone, which I'm pretty sure you can do on any device. And then I sent them over to my computer, and now I'm converting them to GIFs on easygif.com. All right, we just got our last GIF done. Now what we're gonna do is actually head back over to Shopify and plug this into our product page. So effortless style and function, let's select this, choose image, and let's upload our GIF we just created. Put this one right here, and now we're just gonna add our last one right here. And you're already starting to see how much better this looks than just a typical product page. This is why my stuff works so well, is because I actually put effort into my product pages and make them look decent. Wow. Now, if you go on PP ads and you look at some competitors, they don't have half of this stuff. Now, as you can see, we have everything plugged in on this product page. Now, all we need to do is just add our apps, and then we're basically good to go. It is very simple, but you saw exactly how I did this, and you can see how good this looks, especially on mobile. And keep in mind, the majority of the traffic will be from mobile. It looks very, very, very good. Okay, so now let's actually get out of this and actually go and start plugging in some of our apps to create the offer. Now, I believe our initial offer was 50% off, $29.99 strike through 60, so that's 50% off. And then I think we're gonna do free shipping on all orders over 35. So let's first set up the shipping settings. So go into settings and then go into shipping, which is right here. And then we wanna go into this right here, general, under all products. And then what I like to do personally is I like to delete the United States and I delete international, and then I create a completely new zone and I name this one domestic, and I'm gonna find United States, hit done, and then I'm gonna add rates, and then I'm gonna choose use flat rate, and then for shipping rate it's gonna say custom, and then I'm gonna write standard shipping, and then I'm gonna put like 7 to 14 business days. Now, some people would argue that this would kill conversion. I personally did $480,000 last month, and this is how I set mine up. So do as you will, but this is how I set it up, and I set the price to $499. Then I'm gonna add a conditional price right here based off price, and the maximum price is gonna be 35. So basically, as you can see, standard shipping all the way up to 35. Anything under that is $499. Then we're gonna add standard shipping one more time, standard shipping 7 to 14 business days, and then we're gonna make this free, add conditional price, minimum price $35. So now anything over 35 is free. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add one more shipping rate, and we're gonna call this priority shipping, and we're gonna say this is 5 to 10 business days, and this is gonna be $9.99, and we're gonna click done, but we're not gonna add any conditional pricing. So there we go. And we have this set up. Now, in terms of international, if you wanted to add international, you would just click create zone, then choose the corresponding countries like this, and then you would just set the rates just like this. But I'm personally not going to be targeting anywhere outside of the US to begin with, so I'm not really worried about that right now. But also, if you were to do that, you would want to go inside of markets as well, and then you would want to turn on your international markets. Otherwise, all of your orders will decline. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So the first rate and only rate that we set up was just domestic for the US. So now what we're going to do is back out of this because we had the shipping set up, and now we're actually going to go into the apps, and we're going to mess around with the first app, which is going to be Luke's Reviews. And we're just going to pull reviews over to our product page from AliExpress. So let's select the beginner plan here and then take the beginner plan. You don't need the scale plan. And another good app for this also is Ali Reviews. That's another great one. Luke's can get expensive the more orders you get because they start charging you by price because they have a built-in post-purchase upsell. So I guess that's how they justify it. But personally, I still use it. I like it. Anyways, I'm going to click add Luke's to your theme. This is just going to take us to Shopify. We have to toggle this on, which it is. So good. Now we can go back to Luke's. Come over here to reviews on the left and then click import reviews right here. Drag this up to your bookmark bar next to my other one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to AliExpress and find our product. So let's do that right now. So this looks similar to our product. Let's just click on it to see like how similar it is. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% spot on as long as it's very similar. This is not the product. So like, let's actually get off this. And I will be back when I find it. I've spent the last 20 minutes looking for listings of that product that have reviews. Now, keep in mind, I did find listings of the product, but they don't have reviews. Therefore, I can't import any reviews. When that happens, me personally, I don't want to waste any more time looking for reviews when I'm just testing this product out. The fact that we made our own reviews down here should be enough. The reviews, Luke's reviews, which would show up down here, it's just a final little touch. But again, if you can't find them, then it's really not that big of a deal. Just supplement in your own reviews. But let me just show you how Luke's works. So for example, if I wanted to sell this product right here, I'm just going to click the import to Luke's button up here. I'm going to select our product. Let's choose this demo product right here. I'm going to choose only reviews with photos because photo reviews are the best. I'm going to choose 4 stars and up. Then I'm going to click preview and import. Then you're going to see a bunch of reviews that people leave on AliExpress, and you can reject them or import them. This one's fine. I'm going to import it. I'm just going to import all these, and so you can kind of see what it looks like when you go over to Shopify. So yeah, I imported some reviews right there. Now I'm going to head over to Shopify real quick and just take a look at the demo product. Now we're over on the demo product where the reviews should show up, and they're not showing up. This is because we haven't added the Luke's app onto this product page. So to do that, all we do is go into our online store, hit customize, and then we're going to click products and click our default product right here. And then we're going to choose add section, and we're going to click apps right here. And then we're going to add our product review widget down here. And then we're going to click save. And this is what the review app would look like if you had it on. And that's how you import reviews. But again, I can't find any on AliExpress for the sweatpants. So I'm just going to move on and skip that part, but now you know how to do that. Now I do want to just come back and say, if you're not able to find reviews or you're not able to find videos that you can turn into gifts, it's really not the end of the world, and it should not turn you away from testing a product, especially if you think it is a good product. With dropshipping, speed is really so important, and it's not really talked about much, but you need to be testing products fast and efficiently. Efficiently is when you can't find something, you need to get creative and supplement something in. So if you can't find a review, you can't find a gift, think and do something. Okay, you need to be fast, and you need to also be consistent with your tests. That's going to be the big deciding factor between whether or not you're able to get sales consistently throughout the year and forever, or if you're going to be a one-hit wonder, have one product that pops off and then flatline for several months and then end up quitting. Now that we got Luke's reviews taken care of, now we're going to move over and actually add our bundling app, which is Kaching Bundles. This is, again, going to sit on our product page, and it allows customers to add bundles, which is going to increase our AOV, and this ties into building our offer. So let's set it up. So now let's go back to our apps and go to Kaching Bundles. I love this app, by the way. It's amazing. All right, so right here, select monthly, then choose the starter plan right here. And then let's click create deal. So for the block name, just name this something that you will know what it is. This is internal, so I'm gonna name this cargo sweats. Now for the block title, you can leave this as bundle and save, or you can make this say like offer ends today, or whatever you want, but bundle and save is fine. And then for visibility, hit select specific product, and let's choose our product. We don't want this to be universal on our site because we're probably gonna add different products to our store because we are doing a general niche store, and we don't want the same offer to show up on every single product. For the layout, leave it like this. Variance, that's fine. Move down to price. pricing, select use product compare at price. This shows like the full strike through price. If you wanted to skip the cart and push directly into checkout, you could do that here. This is something you can split test. I personally don't like to do this because I like to upsell in the slide cart, which we're going to get to next. Now moving down to deals. Now for deals, it's broken down into 3 different bars. This is bar 1, 2, and 3. Single, duo, and trio. All right, so a single adds 1, a duo adds 2, and a trio adds 3, and it gives you a quantity break where you can add a discount, an automatic discount to each. So if you buy 2, you save 10, buy 3, you save 20. We're going to manipulate this around a bit. We're doing clothing, so I don't think it makes sense to say single, duo, or trio. So what we're going to say is buy 1, or what we're going to say is 1 pair, and we're going to make duo say 2 pairs, and trio say 3 pairs. And we're going to remove standard price right here, and we're not going to do anything with badge text for label. We're not going to do anything here either. And then we're going to move down, and then we're going to choose show product variant selection because there are different sizes and colors here. Now for bar 2, we're going to keep you save 10. We're going to make the discount 10% off. We're going to make the badge text say most popular, and we're also going to add an emoji in here. I'm going to add the little sparkle emoji. I think it adds a nice touch. You have different badge styles. You can use a simple one or you can use the fancy one. I'm going to use the fancy one. And then for label, I'm going to say free shipping because if they add 2 of these to the cart, they're going to get free shipping because it's 53 and we do free shipping over 35. So there we go. And we're going to select this by default. Okay, so this will already be pre-selected. And then for bar 3, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make this say, for badge text, we're going to make this say biggest saving. And then for label, we're going to make this say free shipping as well. So that's how we're going to set this up. Now what I'm going to do is come down here to customize, and I'm going to make the corner radius about 5. So it kind of matches with our site because our site buttons are circular. And all I'm going to do right here is change the badge background. So to do that, I'm going to go back over to our online store, and I'm going to grab the hex code of what my store is, which is this purple color. So let's go in here real quick and grab this. So go to the settings, go to colors, and we're going to grab this hex code. And we're going to see what this looks like. If this doesn't look good, we'll try the green, but let's see. It doesn't look bad, so we'll keep it like that. And then for the badge text, we can make it black like that, which I think looks good. And then we can click publish. Now the last thing we need to do is activate this. So click activate, and then we're just going to need to toggle it on over here, which it is. So cool. So now when we go and look at our product page, you're going to see that we have the bundle set up, which I think looks really good. Now what we need to do is we need to add a slide cart. So this is the default slide cart that we have on the Sense theme, but we're going to use our other app called Upcart, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite apps. If you're inside my coaching program, you know how much I preach this app. Now let's go back and get out of Kaching and let's move over to Upcart. So this is Upcart right here. Click continue. Go ahead and drop your email in here. Then click customize. And then the first thing you want to do is open up theme settings and just activate this, which it should toggle on over here. So let's turn this on and let's turn this on. We're going to need to turn OCU on after this, but anyways, click save, exit out of this. Let's go back. Then let's click edit cart. Starting over here on the left with the design, this is just the color of the cart. We're going to leave this exactly how it is. We're going to move down to announcements, click enable, and then we're going to make the background color of this probably the green color. Let's see what that looks like. We want to make sure this is all on brand too. So background color, green, and we're going to make the border color black, and then we're going to just bold the timer minute, and then we're going to set the time to about 5 minutes. So it gives them 5 minutes to check out, and it counts down. And then we can add another emoji in here. We can add the this twinkle emoji again because I think it's a nice touch. All right, so save that, move down to rewards, enable this. This is very important. So now for the bar foreground color, make this the green color. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to capitalize the S in shipping, capitalize the U in unlock so it stands out. And then what we're going to do is move down to reward settings, and we're going to choose shipping. And then we're going to change the minimum amount to 35 because we're doing free shipping on all orders over 35. And then we're going to bold amount right here because that is the actual dollar amount you are away from free shipping. And then we're going to capitalize the F and capitalize the S in shipping. And then we're going to throw the truck emoji in there. And then we're just going to highlight and bold free shipping. So then we're going to click save. So now you'll see this reflect when I show it to you. Now, if you have other products on the site, you would want to enable upsells on here, which will show up right here. In this situation, we don't have any other products, so we can't use any upsells, but I would first recommend just using their AI recommended upsells. And this is what it looks like right here. And what Upcart does is use data from your store to show other products that people have also bought when they bought the product that's in the cart. But again, we don't have this, so we're going to remove this and disable it. We're going to move down here to add-on, and this is very, very, very important. Click enable, and then you're going to want to click shipping protection, and then click add shipping protection. And this will create a new product in your store. And this is a digital offer. This costs you absolutely nothing. So shipping protection. And we're going to make this $4.99. Now, you want to test the price of this as you start to get sales. My shipping protection is set at $7.99, which is pretty high, but it still works. And I have a 60% take rate on that. and that will pop up down here, right here. So but this will also be auto toggling on. This right here is free money. And then for additional notes, discount code, subscription, you don't need any of that. Move down to trust badges, enable this, preset images, payment icons. There we go. Click save, move down to express payments. If you're using Shopify payments, PayPal, any of this stuff, you can enable this stuff like this and it will show up underneath here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to disable this. And then last thing I'm going to do is move down here to settings, and I'm going to open up advanced settings. And since we're using Kaching bundles, this is also very important. Select this, enhanced Ajax API compatibility, and then we're good. And then move down to translations, open this up, make this say your cart, and then make checkout say secure checkout. And then click save, and we're all done here. Now we're gonna go look at this on our site real quick. So let's refresh this page. Let's remove the items from our cart so you can see what it looks like fresh. So basically, if they were to add one product to the cart, you can see they're 2 cents away from free shipping. This is auto toggling on. It's not showing up in the cart, but it is on. That's why it's added, and you can see it reflect down here. But let's actually remove that from our cart, and so I can show you what it looks like when you have 2 items in the cart and you actually qualify for free shipping. There you go, free shipping unlocked, secure checkout. Now, the last app that we need to tweak is the Zipify one-click upsell, and this is the post-purchase upsell app. So now to get to this, go to apps, go to one-click upsell, and this is where we're gonna configure our upsells. So first thing you wanna do is come in here and then go to funnels over here on the left. And what we're gonna do is create a new funnel, and we're gonna name this funnel what our product is. So cargo sweatpants. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose a trigger. So basically our trigger is a product, and we're gonna choose the product. So anytime someone buys this specific product, this funnel will get triggered after they complete checkout. And I'll explain how this all works after. So we have our trigger set up. This right here would be a pre-purchase upsell. We're not gonna add these because in theory, we should have these on the cart. So we're gonna skip over this and we're gonna move down here to after purchase is complete. This is the post-purchase upsell. This is very, very important. So click add upsell offer. What I typically like to do on upsell number 1 is the same product as bought. So select that, hit continue. We need to go enable this inside Shopify setting real quick. So this is going to take us into settings and into checkout. Then we're going to scroll all the way down right here, and then we're going to select Zipify one-click upsell, click save. And then we're going to go back to Zipify one-click upsell, exit out of that because it's configured. And now that we have our post-purchase upsell enabled, we're just going to click edit offer, and we're going to change this up. So basically what this would say is add and then your product. So the mega cargo sweatpants to your order. We can leave that how it is. Then exclusive offer expires in. You can get really creative with this. I'm just gonna say discount expires in, then click save, and then I'm gonna move down here to the timer limit, change this to 3, then I'm gonna open up buy box 1, which this is what it is, and I'm gonna make a discount, say percentage, and we're gonna give the customers a 25% off discount if they buy again, the same product again, because most people will buy the same product over again. This has a really high take rate. Then go ahead and click save, and then what I like to do is just disable content box 1, content box 2, incentive 2, and buy box 2. So this is what the offer will look like, and then there you go. Now what you could do in here is also add an upsell offer 2 and a downsell offer. What I typically like to do for upsell offer 2 and downsell is add my second best seller. I don't have one on the store, so I'm not going to do that, but you would set it up the same exact way, except when you click this, you would choose a product manually. So you would do this and you would select a different product, then set it up the same way. Then down here, you have the thank you page offers. Thank you page offer, this is where you can offer priority processing, which is basically like your order will be shipped in 24 to 48 hours. It gets pushed to the top of the queue, so it gets shipped faster. This is another digital upsell, and you know, it's free money. So you can charge $4.99 for that, but I'm not gonna do that now. But anyways, click publish. And now all of our apps on our site are configured, and this is the entire site build out. You just wanna make sure this is toggled on. Now I do just wanna come in here real quick and stress the importance of Zipify one-click upsell. This is a post-purchase upsell app, so you can put offers in front of people's faces after they've checked out. So basically, when you first go through a store and you check out, after you put your card information and click pay now, you get taken to the order confirmation page. This is the page that shows your shipping, billing, and what you ordered, and that's the last page, the thank you page. But what's going to happen when you have Zipify OCU is there's offers that pop up before you get taken to this thank you page. And why it's so effective is the customer does not have to go through the whole checkout process again. If they click add to order, it automatically charges their card. So you're able to stack up your average order value back there without any resistance and without the acquisition cost. So you don't need to spend more money to get people to buy this product. They're showing these offers after they already checked out. If they click add to order, automatically gets charged to their card and it gets added to their order. So it's very, very, very effective, and this is where a lot of profit is made. In some of my videos, you probably hear me say all the money is made on the back end. This is partially what I mean. You can make a lot of money back here if you structure this the right way. And keep in mind, you always need to be testing this as well. Our entire funnel is built out. Our offer is structured and our site is ready to go. So in theory now we could drop traffic directly to this link and this would probably do what it needs to do. We have our bundle set up, we have our slide cart set up, and we have our post-purchase upsell set up. So we are in the best situation possible to start running ads. Now there's one last thing that we need to do before we can actually start running ads to the store. We need to set up our policies and we need to get a logo. Now in terms of the logo, keep this incredibly simple. I'm not even going to show you how to do this because I don't really do anything crazy here. All I do is a text-based logo. I don't do any icons or any fancy imagery. Just a simple text-based logo. Helvetica bold, Helvetica thin, whatever you want. Simple logo, don't overcomplicate it. In terms of the policies, I'm gonna jump into the computer and we will set these up together right now. So the first thing that we need to do is actually go to the online store, then click pages, and then we need to add pages. We need to add a terms of service page, privacy policy page, shipping policy page, return policy page. So let's do this, terms of service, save this, and now we're gonna go back, create a new page, privacy policy, shipping policy. So now that we have these pages set up, what we're gonna do is move over to navigation. And don't worry, we'll put stuff in here in a minute, but let's go over to navigation inside online store, then click footer menu right here, and then delete search out of here because you don't really need this here. And then hit add menu item and then search for your page. So click on this and type pages. So click right here, come down to pages and then select the pages. So terms of service right there, and then click it again, pages, privacy policy, again, pages, shipping policy, and again for return policy, shipping policy, and then return policy right here. And you can rearrange these as you would like, but now let's click save menu. And then real quick, let's head over to the online store and just make sure that make sure that's plugged in. So if we come down here, you can see our policies right there. Perfect. So let's actually go back. Oh, and by the way, on yours, if it does not say policies, all you need to do is click on the footer menu right here and then change the heading to policies or whatever you want, and it will reflect. So that's good. Our policies are set up. Now the last thing that we need to do to get the policy set up is actually go to settings, and then you need to go to checkout, and then you need to come all the way down here to policies. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna generate a terms of service and a privacy policy. So this is like Shopify's template, so here we go. And then we're gonna generate our privacy policy. Now when doing this, just make sure you go through and remove anything in yellow. But for time's sake here, I'm not going to do that. And then what I'm gonna do after I have my terms of service and privacy policy laid out, I'm gonna take this information, I'm gonna paste this inside of my pages. So like right here. Now I'm gonna go back over here and I'm gonna grab the privacy policy, gonna take this, go back, paste this over here on privacy policy. And if you're not following along, these are two different things. So like these are the policies that are gonna be shown in checkout. So the store generated policies, and then these are the policies that we manually created that are gonna sit on the footer of our website. So now we need our shipping policy and our return policy. Inside my Discord for free, you can get access to both of my custom built shipping policies and return policies. These are the same ones that I use on all my stores. So again, check out my Discord down below, completely free. You get access to both these. So now we're just gonna paste the shipping policy in here, click save, and then we're gonna go over here to our checkout policies and we're gonna paste this in here as well, click save. So now we're just gonna paste the shipping policy in here, click save, and then we're gonna go over here to our checkout policies and we're gonna paste this in here as well, click save. Now the same thing with the return policy, so go ahead, paste your return policy in here, click save, and then move over to the backend return policy or the checkout return policy and paste this in here as well, click save, and we are good to go. Last thing we need to do is create a logo. You know, I've seen people do this on Canva, I've seen people pay people for this. I'm literally just gonna go make a text-based logo and I'll be right back. You're gonna see exactly how simple this is. I like to use Photoshop, but you can also use Canva to do this as well. But in terms of a text-based logo, I'm gonna make the store name You Know the Vibe Outfitters. So let's make it a little bit bigger like this. And then let's make the Outfitters part in right here. Let's make this light. There we go. And let's push it together and remove this space in between You Know the Vibe and Outfitters. And there we go. Logo is done. Now I'm gonna crop this to make sure there's not a lot of blank space because that will take up spot on my header and in my footer. You'll see what I mean when I go and upload this. So done, save. Now I'm also gonna do one in white as well because our footer page is black. So I want the logo to show up on the footer as well. So I'm gonna save this as well. Now I'm actually gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna make a new square logo because when we go to run ads, we're gonna need to have our logo on a background. So let's just take this, paste this in here like this. Let's make the background of this black. And you'll see exactly what I mean when I go run ads. But basically, let me just crop this down a little bit smaller so it's sized in there. Perfect. And this will be our logo. So when we run TikTok ads, we can set our identity and it fits in perfectly. So let me save this as well. Now what we need to do is plug our logo in. So come over here to online store themes, hit customize. And then we also probably should change this up before we publish a store or before we launch ads. But anyways, come over here to the gear icon, hit settings, click logo, and then import your logo up here. So basically this is why I made two versions. I'm going to use the white version right here. I'm going to upload this and there we go. And now let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Perfect. And this is how it looks on mobile. Looks pretty official, right? Now we're going to come down here to our footer, which is right here, and we're just going to upload the same image right here as well. And we're going to make this a little bit bigger as well. Perfect. So now we're good to go. Our website is just about done. We have our logo set up. Now we just need to change this to something. So let's just make this say cloud-like comfort unique to experience. And now we're going to change up this. Come find out why over, let's say 1,000 people just like you love our sweatpants. And then we're going to make the button, which is right here, button, make this say shop now. And mind you, as we add more products, we can change this to make it say our spring sale, our summer sale ends today, or our summer sale is live or something like that. But we only have one product, so we're just going to make sure it's tailored towards that one product. So then select our product right here, click save. And for the image here, we can do anything. We're just going to upload a photo of our product. Let's just upload this GIF right here because it looks good and it matches with this. So click save, that's loading. And then for featured collection, since we don't have multiple products, let's delete this right here. And what we can do is we can add a featured product instead, or truthfully, we could probably just leave it like this, but we're just going to add this featured product, select a product, go ahead and do this, click select, click save. Now our website is actually 100% done. Now keep in mind, we're sending traffic directly to this frontline page. Okay, so one thing we need to do before we can start running any ads is we need creatives. So first, what we're gonna do is make creatives. And to do that, we're gonna search the web like TikTok, Instagram for videos of our products, and then we're gonna turn those videos into ads. I'm gonna do that now and I'll show you on the screen. Now, before I show you exactly how I actually make these ad creatives, you got to understand how it works. So what I do is I have a burner TikTok account, and this account is a private page that is only seen by me that I use to find products, and then I also use to make videos. So I'll find a video that I want to use for my product for an ad, and then I will upload it on this account and edit over top of it and make it into an ad with a simple hook. And then I will download that video without the TikTok watermark using SnapTik and then use that as an ad. So again, one more time, just so I know that you understand, you're going to be making a burner TikTok account. The whole purpose of this account is literally just for you to find videos, find ads, find products. And then for the videos that you find that you want to use for ads, you're going to edit them on this account and then post them to this account. So that way you can go and use this tool called SnapTik to copy the video URL, download the video without the watermark that you just uploaded, and then use it as an ad. And I'm going to show you how that all works. Now, I do want to just say that there are many different ways to go about doing this. This is just the quickest way that I found in my personal experience. But what you can also do is go pay a UGC creator, go pay an agency, and they can do all this stuff for you as well. So this is my burner page, and these are the ads that I just made. All I'm going to do is take the link to these videos and then download them over here on SnapTik. SnapTik is what allows us to download the videos without the TikTok watermark. You don't want to have that in your ads, otherwise they will get rejected. So grab the link, come over here to SnapTik, paste it right here, click download, and then you're going to click download right here. Then it's good to go. This download right here is our ad. And then we're going to do the same thing with our other videos over here as well. Take the link, download another video, paste, good to go, download. So now we have our ads ready to go. I think the most important thing when it comes to making these ads is to keep it incredibly simple. People like to do all this crazy stuff when you don't really need to. I've been dropshipping for the last 8.5 years, and the best piece of advice I can give you is to keep it simple, especially with the ads. If you're doing something like clothing, jewelry, home decor, products like that, you don't really need to explain too much about the product. People can visualize the product, and then if they see a good price, i.e. offer in that hook thing or POV, you find the viral sweatpants for $29, they're like, hey, that's not that bad, click. Then they go over to the website and they buy. It's impulse. So you don't really need to explain everything about these sweatpants because the people know exactly what they're going to get. They can see it, they see the price, and then they click on it. Simple as that. You don't need to go and make a whole minute-long ad explaining everything about your sale, explaining everything about the specifics of the product, none of that. Some products warrant that, but for clothing, jewelry, home decor, things like that, you don't need to do that. It's doing way too much. Just keep it simple, focus on the product, put the offer in the hook, and you're good to go. Now now is the fun part. Now we're gonna start running ads to our store so we can get sales. And we're gonna do this by leveraging TikTok ads, which is hands down one of the easiest platforms to run for beginners. And it's also the cheapest compared to Meta and other ad platforms. So now let's jump into the computer and create our TikTok ad account. Keep in mind, this is not the TikTok account that you're accessing via your phone. It is completely separate. To actually create your ad manager, click the link in the description. This is the only place that you can actually create a TikTok ad account from, which is absolutely vital to this step. So let's jump inside the computer and create the TikTok ad account together. Now again, to create the TikTok ad manager, you must use the link down in the description below. Here we go. And this is the page that you should be taken to. Now the first thing you want to do is scroll down, and what you want to do is plug in your email and password, and then make sure you click here to agree to the terms of service. Then click continue. And we're going to paste the code here. And now we're going to be taken to this page where we have to plug in some details about our business. So for your industry, select e-commerce and then choose the corresponding industry. I do clothing, so I'm going to click clothing right here. For business name, there's two things that you can do here. Do you have a registered company? Yes or no. If you do not have a registered company, go ahead and put either your full name, so my name, Nick Dahlberg, or your store name, You Know the Vibes Outfitters. If you have a registered company, put your registered business name here, Jung Labs LLC. What I'm gonna do personally is enter my store's name, so You Know the Vibes Outfitters. For mobile phone number, enter your telephone number in here, and then click Get Started. Now what we need to do is accept this policy, so just click accept, and then we need to set up the billing information. This is just the state/province that your ad account is located in based off your IP address. So I am in Virginia, so I'm gonna go ahead and select that now. So go to Ads Manager. Perfect. So now we are taken inside of the TikTok Ad Manager dashboard. Now typically in most cases, after you create your ad account, you're not gonna be able to run ads right away. So go to Tools and then go to Account Setup, and then you're gonna notice that the account is still under review, which is completely fine. This typically takes anywhere from a couple hours all the way up to 24 hours, but this is where you would see it right here. And for business verification, you don't need to do anything here, so don't worry about this. All you're waiting for is this right here to say approved. At this point now, you're just waiting for your TikTok Ad Manager to get approved. What we're gonna do now in the meantime while we wait is set up our pixel. Now if you're new and don't know what a pixel is, essentially just look at it as like the brain of the ad account. So this thing collects data every single time one of your customers does anything on your website, so views content, adds something to the cart, initiates a checkout, goes in and purchases. The pixel gathers this data and gets smarter and smarter and is able to identify your customers better. So just look at it as like the brain, just look at it as like the powerhouse of the ad account. You need more data for this thing to get smarter. So what we're gonna do now is hop in and set this up. Now if you're new and don't know what a pixel is, look at it as like almost like the powerhouse of the ad account. This thing collects data on all your customers. So every single time somebody lands on your website and they look at a product, they add something to the cart, they start the checkout, like they put in their billing information, shipping information, all that good stuff, and then they maybe pay. All this data gets picked up by this pixel, and this pixel gets more intelligent, so it's able to better optimize your ads for whatever your objective is, which should be conversion, which means get sales. So let's jump into the computer now and set this up together because it's fairly simple. So there's two ways to go about creating the pixel. We can do it directly through Shopify through the TikTok Sales Channel app, or we can do it through the TikTok Ad Manager. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to set it up, which is directly through Shopify. So let's go over to Shopify, go to apps, and then search TikTok. And then it's gonna be this app right here. And to verify that you have the correct app, make sure the developer is TikTok Inc. Click install. Click install again. Now you should be on this page, and it's very important that you make sure that you're logged into your TikTok ad account. So we are logged into the ad account, so now we can proceed. So first, click set up now. And this is the only thing you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about this TikTok shop. This is not what we're doing, so don't mess with this. We want to only mess with TikTok marketing. So click set up now. Then you want to connect your TikTok for Business account. Click connect, and then click connect again. And again, it's very important that you are logged into your TikTok ad account. And then click create, because we did not create a business center, and this automatically creates one for us. So now we want to move down to our TikTok ad manager, and we want to select connect right here. So this is our ad manager, and to verify that, and you should be able to see over here in the top right, I'm not sure if my video is covering it up, our store name ending in 0304. Coming back over here, our store name ending in 0304, so click connect. And then this is where we create our pixel under data sharing. You want to make sure that maximum is always selected, and then it automatically created a pixel for us. So click confirm. And then company information, we already did this when we set up our TikTok ad account, so we're all good. So click finish setup. And now our TikTok ad manager is fully integrated with our Shopify store. So again, our account is pending review. So again, if we go back over to our TikTok ad manager, click tools and account setup, you can see that we're still pending review right here. We're still under review, and that is why we're seeing this right here, pending account review. Once this is approved, then we'll also see it correlate over here, but we're all good to go. Now is the fun part. Now that we have our TikTok ad account created and our pixel connected to our store, now we can set up our campaign so we can actually start running ads. Let's jump into it. So real quick before I kick this segment off, I think our ad account was disapproved because we didn't upload business documents. And this is really like a hit or miss. Sometimes they don't require you to do so, but sometimes they do. It's like a 50% chance this will happen to you, but it's not the end of the world. And there is a quick solution for this, so let's get into it. So if we go to tools and then we go to account setup, you can see right here that our account was disapproved. Now, if this happens to you and you have a registered business, an LLC or an LTD, go ahead and click edit verification info and then just plug in the documents. This is basically anything that validates that your business is real. Now, if you don't have a registered business and this happens to you, submit your ID, passport, or driver's license, and basically you're running this business as a sole proprietorship that will be underneath you. So that's how that works. So if this happens again, registered business, submit your business documentation. If you don't have a registered business, submit your driver's license, passport, or something along those lines, and you should be good to go. But now let's go ahead and get our campaign set up. So click on campaigns, then click create. Then you're gonna be taken to this page. Always click advanced. I don't ever do basic, so I'm gonna click do not show this page again, and then click on advanced. And then under advertising objective, you always wanna choose website conversion. I know some of this other stuff may look tempting, like, yeah, I want traffic to my site. Yes, I want product sales. Nope, you're only gonna do website conversion always. So make sure that is selected. Now, move down and only do what I do. If I don't mention something, if I don't toggle something on, if I don't click something, don't do it. Only do what I do. Now, in terms of campaign name, how I like to name my campaigns is typically the day. So 3/4/24. And then I like to name it my product. And then I like to name it the type of campaign. So again, date, product, and the type of campaign. And then come down here and turn on campaign budget optimization and set this to 50. CBO means campaign budget optimization. The way you need to look at it is like basically you're letting TikTok take full control over everything. So you're giving TikTok $50 and telling TikTok, look, spend this $50 every single day, get me as many sales as possible, and allocate my spend towards whatever ad groups you think are gonna do the best. And this is a very effective method. I love to run CBOs because they're so easy to run. So again, campaign name, turn on campaign budget optimization and set the budget to 50, then hit continue. Now we're in the ad group level. So notice we just did campaign and now we're in the ad group level. Inside ad groups live ads, but we're only going to focus on the ad groups for right now. Starting at the very top of the ad group name, you don't need to do anything here, so just leave this blank. For optimization location, you want to make sure that website is selected, then you want to choose your pixel that we created. So here's our pixel. And then optimization event, you always want to choose complete payment. Don't ever choose any of these other things, always choose complete payment. Now move down to placements. You want to hit select placements and then you want to deselect Pangle and you want to deselect global app bundle and deselect Pangle. Leave TikTok on. Now open up advanced settings, turn off user can comment and turn off video download. The reason I don't like to have comments on is because sometimes people will comment some crazy stuff and the algorithm will take our video to places that we probably don't want our ad to be shown. Okay, so turn off comment, turn off video download. Video download's pointless. You're just basically allowing competitors to steal your ads by having this on, so have that off. Now let's move down to targeting. Now one of the most beautiful things about TikTok ads, you don't need to do any crazy specific advanced targeting. Your creative that you use for your ads will align with the algorithm and the algorithm will find your customers. It's almost like magic. Now the only targeting that I actually recommend doing in here is coming over to demographics, choosing location, and then also adding Canada in the mix. In the beginning when you're testing, you really just want to be targeting the US and Canada compared to other regions. The United States and Canada as a whole are huge and they have a big buying power compared to other places like Europe. And another complication in targeting in Europe, especially when you're getting started, is Europe, you have to have currency converters, different languages, and then on top of that, there's different card brands. So over there, they don't really use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. They have other things like Bond Contact and these other different payment processors that you probably don't have access to just yet. So I recommend targeting in just the United States and Canada, then move down here to gender. And depending on what your product is, if it's a gender specific product, choose the corresponding gender. We are doing cargo sweatpants. These are unisex, so we're gonna leave both genders on. For age, I always recommend going 18 to 55 plus, so 18 up. And then for languages, make sure you choose English. And then spending power, don't do anything. Don't do anything for household income. You don't need to do anything with audience. And then for interests and behaviors, you don't need to do anything here. And then move down to budget and schedule. Now in budget and schedule, I always recommend scheduling the ads to run for the next day at midnight. So let's do that now. So the next day, March 5th at 0000, which is midnight, and then click OK. And then we want to come down here to bidding and optimization and make sure our optimization goal is set to conversion. And then we are done. So let me quickly recap exactly what we just did. Starting at the very top with ad group, we didn't do anything here. Under optimization and location, we chose website, we selected our pixel, and we chose complete payment for our optimization event. Under placements, we did manual placements. So we selected our own placements and we left TikTok on only. Then under that, we opened advanced settings, turned off user comment, turned off video downloading. Then we moved down here to targeting and we chose our locations, US and Canada. We chose our genders. We chose our ages, 18 to 55, and we selected our language, English, and then we moved down to budget and schedule. We chose the following day at midnight, and then we made sure that our optimization goal down here is set to conversion. Once this is done, go ahead and click next. Now we're in the ad level. So again, first thing we did was the campaign, then we structured out the ad group level, and now we're actually customizing the ad level. And this is what the customers will see. So starting at the very top, turn Smart Creative on, and I'll explain what this does in a little bit. And then under identity, you want to create a new custom identity. You want to name this your store name. So mine is YKTV Outfitters. You know, the Vibe Outfitters. And then this is where we're going to put in our square image, our identity logo that we made earlier. So let's submit this and see how it fits in perfectly. So we're going to hit create, and now our identity is selected. And then we move down and we want to upload our ad creatives. I recommend uploading 2 to 3 different videos. So I'm going to upload 2. And if you get errors like this, it says cannot upload, just click the pencil right here and then just add some random numbers and letters in there like this. And let's do it again right here. And they both should be good to go. Then click upload and then just wait a minute for these to populate in here. And then we're going to add our ad text. Now for our ad text, I highly recommend just doing very urgent sale driven text. So for example, get yours $29.99 today only. Then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to add a new one, get yours today. And we're going to do 5 different variations of ad text. Hurry, our $29.99 sweatpant sale ends today. Copy this again, and soon, ends at midnight. And now we're good to go. Now we want to move down to customize call to action, and you want to make sure that this is set to dynamic, which it is, so we can hide that. And then for our website URL, it's very important that you drop your customers off on the product page. This is the product page, the thing that we customize, our frontline product page template. We don't ever want to drop them off of the home page right here. We don't want them to click around much. So we always want to drop the customers off on the product page that we're making ads for. So copy this product page right here, the URL, and then paste this in here. And then you're gonna click submit. And if you get this error right here, don't worry about it. It's simply just because your pixel does not have any data for the event that we selected, complete payment. This is completely fine if you see this. Don't worry about this, just click submit and push through this. And now our ads are gonna publish and be in review. Now you're gonna end up in the ad level of the campaign inside of the dashboard, but do not worry here. If it says not delivering or outside of schedule, that is completely fine. Do not worry. At midnight, your ads will go live. Now, what you need to do is actually come over here to the ad group level right here, and you need to hover over this ad group right here and copy this 4 times. So number of copies 4, hit copy. And now what we're gonna do is click continue to ads. And then once we're in the ad level, we wanna click publish. And what we just did is create 5 different ad groups inside of this one campaign. Now, as you can see, it just published. So if we go to ad groups, you can see that we have 5 different ad groups. So we have one campaign that we set up. Inside this campaign, we have 5 different ad groups. And inside all of these ad groups, we have 50 ads running total. And you're probably like, well, where did these 50 ads come from? Well, remember when we turned on Smart Creative Ads, and I said I'll explain this later. So basically what Smart Creative Ads does is it takes each video, then assigns one of the captions that we created. So 1 out of the 5 different captions gets assigned to each video. So in return, you get 50 different creatives. And the reason why we have 50 different ads is because TikTok favors new content. Content on TikTok typically burns out pretty fast, or creatives typically fatigued pretty fast. So when you give TikTok 50 different variations of ads to run, the platform favors that. So let me draw it out on the whiteboard so it makes just a little bit more sense. First, let me start by drawing out what Smart Creative Ads does. So remember how we uploaded 2 different videos, so video 1 and video 2. Remember how we created 5 different captions, all very sale-driven urgent captions? What Smart Creative Ads does is essentially takes each one of these captions and assigns it to this video in the form of a new ad. So basically, caption 1 goes to video 1 and video 2, caption 2 goes to video 1 and video 2, and so on. So we had one ad group that had 2 videos and 5 different captions. So inside each ad group, we have 10 different ads because, again, one caption goes to video 1, one goes to video 2, and that would create 10 different ads inside each ad group. And then what we did was we duplicated this ad group 4 times. So we have 5 ad groups total. Okay. Inside each ad group, there's 10 different ads. So we duplicated it 5 times. So that means now we have 50 different ads total. And that's where we got 50 different ads inside of these ad groups inside of this campaign. And that is exactly how you set up your campaign. And I'm going to run down one more time. Inside this campaign, we have 5 different ad groups. Inside each ad group, there are 10 different ads. We duplicated the first ad group 4 times to give us 5 ad groups total. So in total, we have 50 different ads. And that is exactly how I set up my testing campaigns all the time. You made it to the end of the program. Congrats. You should now have enough information to go successfully start your own store and start getting sales. But like I previously said, dropshipping is one of those things where you can be armed with all the information that you need, but you're always gonna have to learn things for yourself, and you're gonna need to build that intuition, and the only way for you to really do that is to get your reps in through trial and error, which is uncomfortable because I can guarantee you will fail at something and something will not work out. That's just the way it goes. But the people who win here are the people that stay consistent, and that's the most important thing. If you got value out of this program and want more stuff just like this, I do have a Discord that you can join down below. And my server has literally everything that you would expect from a top tier server: resources, tools, calls, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, that will be linked down below. And I also have a private one-on-one coaching program where you work hands-on with me and my team, but we are very selective with who we bring on. So there is an application down below. In order to even get considered for that program, you must fill that out and we'll reach out to you. Anyways, thank you so much for taking time to watch this program. I really do hope you got a lot of value out of this, and I'm sure you will be seeing more of my stuff here pretty soon.